Yep, you're live.
Okay, we're here with men's and women's tennis. Coach Dan MacDonald, we got Diogo Manzano and Jade Brilhante. Get it right. How about that?
You're better than me, Patty.
Yeah, well, you know, I try. It doesn't take a lot. Obviously, you're staying very busy on the tennis courts and have home duels coming up this weekend. So kind of take us through the last couple of weeks and into this week.
Okay, yeah, we had a little time off after the big spring break trip. I think we talked about that before, but the women went 5-2, the men 3-3. But yeah, we kind of healed up. We've had a few injuries. Diogo's been battling a little wrist injury. Some other guys, little arm problems. Anyways, it was good to get some rest. I think we got revitalized, something like that. And we're ready to go. So Metro coming in we may be moving that up to 12:30 on Friday because of rain, and if we have to go to the bubble, it might be earlier. So we'll confirm that tomorrow. But yeah, we're excited to play Metro, have senior day on Saturday, CSU Pueblo women play at 9:30, and then finish up with Colorado College at 1:30.
So, Diogo, the men, you having one of your best seasons since 2017, I think, and obviously Metro is one of those rivalry teams since there's only a couple of teams in Colorado. So, what do you guys look forward to the most when you're playing another in-state team?
Of course, we hate to lose against Metro, and since it's their last year of the tennis program there, so we're very hungry to beat them this week. So we look forward. It has been a very good season for us. In the fall, we beat a nationally ranked team from Texas. So yeah, I think it has been so far our best season.
You went to high school in California, right?
Yeah.
So how was it going back to California and playing a lot of matches back close to home last couple weeks ago?
It was really good for me. Low altitude is my best advantage for my game. So I'm very happy when I go to California. It fits my game. I'm a very defensive player. I like to run around. So it's very good to the ball to be slower for me. So it's very good. And it's good to be home as well.
Yeah. And Jade, this is going to be your first time playing Metro, but I know everybody else is probably telling you about rivalries and all. So what are the women looking forward to this week?
We're really excited. I think also since it's senior day or senior weekend, I think everybody's super excited to win and do good. And especially coming off of the California trip, I think we're just excited to be back on the court. It's our first home match, and so we obviously want to do good and win. And it being Metro even more so than normal. Yeah,
a few weeks ago, the women went to Dixie or Utah Tech, whatever it is this year. Yeah, and we were laughing that the women were getting a little jealous because the men got to play at home. So obviously, this is your one shot to play here. So is it more pressure? You just enjoy the moment?
I wouldn't say more pressure. I think more excitement. I think we're all really excited to finally play at home.
Yeah, and you've played at Northern Arizona and Utah State, and coming to Division II. Kind of, what are some of the differences and some advantages for you playing at this level?
I wouldn't say that there's honestly much differences. We still practice, still do weights. Everybody's competing as hard as they can. Everybody still wants to win as much as they put their all into it. For advantages, I've been with higher level D1, but it's honestly everybody wants to win just as bad. So there's not much differences.
Dan, with the guys playing extremely well and the women coming on and playing really close matches, if they don't pull it out, they're right there. What are you kind of seeing as the evolution of these teams this spring?
I think from the men's side, we're pretty much dominated by juniors and one senior. So the guys have really worked hard and coming together. They're doing some things off the court, just camaraderie. And I think this weekend we really need to just have a lot of confidence and belief, especially on the deuce points. Out in California for the men a little bit, it seemed like the deuce points weren't going their way. With the women, it seemed like the deuce points were going some of the players' ways. So we just need to have that belief when we get to the deuce points. And it's almost a must win for the guys to make the Pac West tournament. They're going to have to beat Metro this weekend because we're sitting at 9th and only take 8th. The women, I think we're 8th and Metro's 9th. So even if the women were just stumble and lose, which we don't obviously don't want to do that, but we don't fall out. They take 12 women's teams because there's more women's teams. So not to put any pressure on the men, but it's kind of a must win situation. But I think they're ready for it. Like they've been together now 3 years. Phil, the one senior, is playing really well. So we just really need that doubles point and need to execute and play with confidence and belief on the deuce points on both teams, for both teams.
Yeah. Diogo, I mean, knowing that you need to win, and like you said, it's Metro, it's a rival, you hate to lose anyway, but is that more pressure, more motivation, or you just forget about it and just go play?
As I always say, pressure is a privilege for me. I like to play during pressure. I had a lot of clinch matches, and I won the clinch matches, so I'm very excited. I think we are ready to rock against them.
Let me go first. Yeah, I got a few questions. The women play the same 2 schools coming up, and men play the same 3 schools. Do you kind of see that as an advantage or a disadvantage playing the same opponents over and over again throughout these last few weeks before you head to the championships?
Yeah, it's just kind of the way the schedule works out, Dylan, because California, we have to go out there, and Metro has to go out there. But it is interesting to turn around and play a team back-to-back weeks. And then one year, the women actually had to play Metro State in the Pac West tournament. Could be the same thing this year. So, yeah, you get to know your opponents pretty well. Sometimes we'll move a player around to avoid those same matchups in singles. But, these guys, most of them know the style of play for their players anyway. So, but you do get to know your opponent really well.
And then question about players. I know Patty kind of already hit on earlier. I mean, women are finally at home. They haven't been at home all year. Men, their second time home. Kind of how nice is that and important to be on your home courts, not on the road so much that you're used to, but you kind of get to sleep in your own bed, be on the same court you're on all the time practicing. How nice is that?
I love that. It's a long trip when we go to California, 12-hour bus. We have to sleep in Barstow and then after drive like 1.5 hours and play, or sometimes we go to Fresno and then go back to LA 4 hours and play after the drive. So it's very good to be playing at home. We like to play here. We like the courts. We are used to the courts, and I think that's a lot of advantage for us.
Same feeling for you?
Yeah, same for me. I think also, sleeping in your own bed, like not the 15-hour drive before, it's like easier on your body, also mentally. So it's nice.
And the home cooking too, right?
You don't have to decide what are we going to eat.
Question for you, Coach. This is your senior weekend, of course. You have your seniors, McKenna Livingston, Audrey O'Rear, and Phil Jade. Kind of what do you think that means for them and all that they've done for this program throughout the years?
Well, yeah, Audrey and McKenna came here, obviously together. We had a really big recruiting class that year. One girl had to go to architect school, one girl went on a mission, and one girl got a little homesick. So out of the 5, there were the 2 left. McKenna's had an amazing career. Played 1 and 2 singles or doubles her whole career. I think she has over 50 singles wins, over 50 doubles wins. She's been ranked in singles. So, yeah, it's fun. And then Audrey being a Denver girl, her parents will be here. Audrey played her freshman and sophomore year, had an ankle sprain at the end of her, I think halfway through the middle of her sophomore year, and lost a little confidence. But tennis is unique because you can have a player coach, and Audrey's been a great player coach for us and a great team captain. And Phil, being a junior college player from California coming in, he's fit in really well, and he's having a great senior year. So, yeah, it's special for them, and we have a nice barbecue and cookout for them. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
All right, now the best question of the day, question of the week.
Question of the week.
This week's question is, what is your go-to karaoke song, and kind of where did that come from?
All right, I would say that my go-to karaoke song is a Brazilian song. It's called Deixe-me Ir. It's like more acoustic, it's more calm, so it calms me down before the matches as well, so I like to listen to it.
Okay.
I like to listen to Baba O'Reilly by The Who.
Okay.
I think I'd have to go with maybe Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Okay, good choices. That's the first one we haven't had someone say "Sweet Caroline."
Oh,
We've had someone always say that's a great karaoke
that
song.
is a great karaoke song.
So we wanted different.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right, thank you, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.